Hello, Marlo.
Stuck around the floor with my mommy to pick me up.
It's funny because you can't even see him because he's behind the spit guard.
I wanna sit on your lap, mommy. What are we doing, mommy?
Hello,
mommy.
everyone, and thank you so much for watching this week's podcast.
Jenna Julien Podcast.
That's right. We're a little late this week. We've been pretty swamped trying to find a new place.
Oh my god, I'm dying, and that's why I look so super extra fucking hot today, or what? Oh. I've literally just been staring at that computer screen all day, just writing emails back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah.
We have to move out of this place by the 15th of October.
It is now the 5th.
We're cutting it mad close.
Yeah.
But we found a couple places that we could live in.
Yeah, so we're trying to just close the gap and finish it up.
Yeah, but there's one place that we do want to live in.
Yes.
But this guy's trying to nickel and dime me. All these people just think I was born fucking yesterday, like I'm some idiot.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not an idiot.
Not any idea.
I'm not.
It's a good thing that we fight back, though, so we don't get taken advantage of.
Yeah, well, what happened is I just emailed a lawyer, my lawyer that helps me do the things when I'm like, help me, I'm an idiot.
What did the lawyer say?
Well,
what did you say to him?
Well, he said he's going to help me negotiate because the rent that we pay now is more expensive than the place that we're living in, and we had to disclose that. I think this guy's really just trying to take me a ride to try and get as much money as he can up front. So.
Sorry, just to correct you, the rent that we pay now is more expensive than the place we're looking at.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. So he's like, oh yeah, well I need a pet deposit, and I'm like, okay, that's fine, we can do that. And he's like, okay, well now I need an extra sum of money per month per pet, and I'm like, bro, come on.
What's the pet deposit for then?
Right, exactly. I'm like, they're tiny little pets. Yeah, no, he's like, okay, well they're gonna pay rent too, and I'm like, what are we just making up rules as we go along? And then the real kicker was we are gonna sign a 1-year lease, which is standard, and he was like, you can keep your this rate of rent and whatever, and then if you want to renew, you can't. It goes to month. Or if you want to sign another 1-year lease, your rent increases 5%, and I'm like, blow me.
There's just no reason. It's just purely trying to get
everything
money
was going fine. He ran a credit, like everything's good, and then all of a sudden he's like, okay, well just pay me for this and pay me for that and pay for this, and I'm like, okay, this is that time of this negotiation where I email a lawyer. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good that we're fighting back, and I think in the end, we're not going to just sign off on something that.
No, and he was really trying to get me to do it too. He was like, "Oh, just meet me at the fucking place later today, and like bring your cashier's check." And I'm like, "Fucking slow your roll, homie."
Yeah. So we're trying to get the right place, but do it right at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully we'll get a place that's not shitty, and we can shoot videos.
And the dogs don't need to pay rent.
And the dogs don't need to pay rent. I've never heard of that. A monthly dog fee.
I've heard of a pet deposit.
Me too, because that's a thing.
Right.
But every month per pet. I mean, come on. And then he was like, "I'm cutting you a deal. I'm cutting it in half because they're small dogs." Yeah, okay.
Right.
You're not cutting anyone a deal.
Sweet fucking deal. I don't know anybody that pays rent for their pet.
Pays rent. Like, that's insane.
Right. Like, you're telling me if they were cats that you would charge them rent too? What if I had a hamster? Does my hamster have to charge? Does he owe rent as well?
What about if
you have a fish tank? Then you're fucked.
Oh man, that's like, what is it? Like $15 per fish? What if the fish start inbreeding? Then you're just gonna lose all your money.
Then you're just totally
Do you think
fucked.
the landlord would come check on how many fish you have like every day unannounced? That's a fair play. Yeah, that's
I know he would count like their eggs too, and he's like ka-ching, 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 ka-ching.
That's the future. That's what this guy's gonna do.
Yeah, but as soon as he started saying some of these things, plus like not all the appliances are in there. We do have to get some shitty stuff from Craigslist because that's just how it's gonna happen. But I'm like, bro, come on, like,
yeah,
we're not buying a place here; we're renting it. Help me.
Yeah, we were the first people to bite at this property, so he might feel like, oh, let's see what we can get away with.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen.
Well, because I'm a nice person. And
You're a nice person.
People think that just because I'm nice, then they can just, take me for a ride. And I've had it.
Yeah,
I've had it.
Sort of like when you were when you were supposed to meet me at the house this last week, and you were at the dentist, and you kept telling them that you had to go.
Oh my God. I like nothing against this woman, because I went to the dentist. I've gone like a bunch of times now. I got my wisdom teeth out.
Yeah.
And then I had originally gone in because parts of my, like, not your front teeth, but the ones right next to them are fake, because they're not those actual teeth. They're actually my canines, because I was born without the adult one of them.
Yeah.
So they pulled it and they moved all the other ones forward.
Yeah.
And they put like a composite there so that it looks like the tooth that it's not.
Mm-hmm.
But the last time I had it done, I was like 16 years old. So they're mad old and, like, you know, a little bit yellow, but what can happen is that because it's so, like, microscopic between the composite and your actual tooth, you can get, like, cavities under the composite if they're old. So I was getting concerned. I'm like, they're getting kind of weird, brown looking, and, like, it looks like there's stuff in my teeth sometimes. You know what I mean? So, and one of them hurt one day. And I was like, that's no good. But they said that they're fine. But that was the original reason I went in there. And like 7 visits fucking later, we're still not there yet. Because the dentist, you know, this is LA. So they sort of tell you what to do cosmetic wise. And he's like, all right, we're going to whiten your teeth. And then once it's at a shade that you like, you know, we're going to max the composite and blah, blah, blah. And we're going to redo them. And, you know, after he pulled my fucking wisdom teeth out, I'm like dying. So they whitened my teeth, and it was honestly one of the most painful fucking things ever. It hurts so bad.
I've seen you in a lot of pain, and I've seen you deal with a lot of shit that hurts, but I've never seen you as upset and as in agony as you were over this.
Yeah, I was frustrated. I was sort of frustrated with the girl that wasn't fucking speaking English to me. She was like, well, you need to come back in 2 weeks, but then, like, if it's a shade that you like, then 3 weeks. But then, you know, maybe give us a call in 3 weeks.
All the while, Jen is like
2 weeks, and my teeth are just like, it feels like someone's stabbing you, and just it's like Crest White strips times a billion. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, you
just
ever get
that tender
sensitive?
teeth
Oh
feeling,
my God! But it was like
so she had her teeth
horrific.
bleached, right?
Yeah.
Bleached, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I drank enough iced coffee and fucking whatever else I'm gonna eat. I'm like, who the fuck cares, man? They don't need to be blinding white. All right, I'm a human being.
You're not a coach on The Biggest Loser.
Yeah, seriously. Like,
they all have really such white teeth. What the heck?
Oh, I just really don't care enough for them to be like crystal white, you know?
Yeah. Plus, when they're too white, it's almost like a distraction.
Yeah, it looks
like
fucking
it takes
weird.
away from. Yeah, it looks weird.
You know?
Yeah.
So it was like the most painful thing ever, and I had already been there for 3 hours. They didn't tell me what we were gonna do that day. They told me they were just gonna check on my wisdom, you know, holes,
the surgery,
and make sure that everything was fine. And so the dentist comes in, he looks at me, he's like, yeah, they're great, so we're gonna move on with the plan. I'm like, I don't know, what's the plan? Like, what are we doing? I don't know. And he's like, well, we're gonna bleach your teeth today. And I'm like, fuck, man, all right, like, let's do it. 3 hours later, I'm sitting with this woman who's just giving me the most unclear directions. I'm like, lady, do you have like a sheet with this typed up that you can hand out to people? Like, this is the most unclear thing I've ever heard of. And she's like giving me this little box full of like things and like gel and like, oh my God. And so I'd already been laying down, you know, in complete silence with nothing but my own thoughts in the dentist's office for 3 hours. And we had to go, because we had to go find an apartment.
Yeah.
And we needed to see that place that day. We had to get mad far away from here. And I'm like, I gotta go. And she goes, okay. Oh, yeah, all right. Okay, but do you want to go one more session? Do you want to keep bleaching your teeth? Because, you know, sometimes people do 4 sessions, even though I had done 3 15-minute ones. So it's a total of 45 fucking minutes. Yeah. Sitting with some orange goggles on, the light. I'm like, no. My teeth are already killing me. I'm already dying. There's no way in hell I want to do it for a session. And I already told you, I gotta go. But thank you for taking me seriously. Not. So then she, you know, gives me more unclear directions. I keep going, I gotta go. Every time she would go, okay, no, I hear you. All right, yep, okay, well, here's this. Here's your tray for in case you want to whiten your teeth some more. And I'm like, can I tell you, the last thing I ever want to do is whiten my teeth again. Like, this has been the most miserable thing ever. I mean, maybe I have really sensitive teeth or something.
No, but this comes back to the fact that you're a nice person, and when you're nice and when you're pleasant and when you go out of your way, you know, naturally, subconsciously, to make things smoother, to make people feel comfortable around you. sometimes and oftentimes in settings like this, they take advantage and they don't listen.
It's my own detriment.
Yeah, well, it's not even your fault. I'm just saying, like, the way people react is they don't listen to what you're saying because you are making such a good effort at making them feel okay and comfortable in a situation. So they don't really, you know, when you say I have to go, they're like, okay, you know, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're being so nice. They're never going to snap at me. So I'm just going to, you know what I mean? This is a nice person. Why would I ever, you know what I mean, be in trouble with them? So I think that's kind of how that goes. You've experienced that in more than one facet of your life, but
like all the time.
Yeah. So I get frustrated because when I'm with you and I see this happening, I'm like on the third party, you know, standpoint, seeing you being so nice and this person clearly taking advantage of how graceful you're being. It just makes my blood boil because you're like, okay, dude, you know what I mean? Figure it out. This person's nice, but don't just ignore them. It's making me crazy. And I can tell it's making you crazy.
It's making me crazy.
And when I'm not there, obviously I can not control it. So to see you so upset sucked. But
well, that like, I was so upset. Like, I was crying. Like, I was miserable.
It was a combination of that and then the stress of the house.
It was a combination of a lot of things. And I know a lot of people think that I'm like a take zero bullshit type of person because I do come off that way. And I am that way in a lot of ways. But when it comes to dealing with other people, I have a really hard time standing up for myself sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or like being assertive or being taken seriously, especially since, you know, I am friendly and I am nice. So especially in this, like a negotiation in terms of like your rent or, you know, what is fair, because that's all I ask. Do you know what I mean? Like, I understand a pet deposit. Like, I understand a lot of things, and I will be amicable in this conversation of reaching a compromise. But like, this guy is just like, oh yeah, okay, each pet, you know, each fish that you have, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and charge you a dish rent. So every one of your dishes, we're gonna need some money for those. How many computers you have? Oh, that's gonna cost. We just went into another.
Did you hear that? Is everything okay? Yeah.
Is it?
It's not making me want to throw up anymore.
Is it fixed? I know. God. Sorry, we just.
Once again, we're complete fucking amateurs, and we had to make a little break in the podcast because
that's what makes this podcast so great, because
our audio
so
recording
real.
Just got warped into 3 different dimensions, and we started to hear our echoes, and we almost threw up.
I know, it really is so.
Yeah, no, it's
like physically disorienting. Oh my God, when the voice is like,
right away. Because these are like noise canceling headphones, so you don't hear anything else but your own echoed voice, so it freaks you out. She'll figure it out. Peach, she'll figure it out.
She's such a weirdo.
She's really weird. She's like Kermit, except Kermit's even weirder. We were talking about how you should have your computers need to pay rent. I was gonna say probably he would ask how many sheets are on your bed, and each one of those sheets pays rent.
Oh, I mean, plus not for nothing. I don't. Do people still say that? Not for nothing. Is that a thing?
Not for nothing?
Yeah.
Yeah, people say that.
It's really dumb. I don't know why I just said that, but not for nothing. I looked it up on Zillow, which is like, you know, where you see how much your house is worth, and then it gives you like a range estimate of how much someone could, in theory, charge you for rent. And we're on the high end of that scale, man. And like, he could be charging a lot less and still be paying a mortgage on the house. And I'm like, what the heck, man? Like, why?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this to me? It's not like I have a giant, like, you know, German Shepherd that's gonna, and it's a puppy, and it's gonna eat all of your fucking, it's gonna eat the hookups to the washer and dryer.
No. You learn very quickly when you're in the market to rent that people can be very, very shitty. Just shitty.
Yeah, not good.
Not good. Not quality humans.
Well, the other lady that, you know, is still always on the table as an option, we went and saw a place, and she was like, all right, good. And I'm like, okay, should we, you know, maybe send in an application so you can check her credit and all
She
that?
walks over and grabs the for rent sign out of the ground, throws it in the trash can, dumps the trash, and says, all right, you guys got it.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
We said we like the house.
Yeah,
That's what we said.
Yeah, it's nice. You know, we can apply because we've sort of.
I can't believe she just fucking ripped that thing out of the ground.
Yeah, you got to apply, and they want to check your credit so that if you want to be competitive with anyone else that has an offer on the table, you know, you can. Or, you know, whatever racial profiling they want to do. I don't know. It seems like unfair, doesn't it? That she would just look at the two of us and be like, oh yeah, welcome to the neighborhood. I'm like, you don't know who we are. You know what I mean? Like,
it was very sudden, very extreme.
You should run people's credit scores. You know, you should get employment history, their income, like all of that. Yeah. Like it seemed wrong.
Yeah. So she still is hoping for us to follow through. But
she's a solid plan B.
She's a solid plan B.
We're already in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm just like, I'm having such a weird time finding a new place to live. Yeah. Like we've only lived here for a year, but like you forget each year if you move out. My last place I lived in for 2 years. The place before that I lived in for like 3 years. Then the place before that I lived in for like 5 years. So if I am somewhere, all I want to do is stay there until I'm basically like, there's no way I can stay here anymore, you know? Who is it, Peachy or Kermit?
It's whatever, yeah.
Peachy. Yeah, so I mean, we could always live there.
Yeah, it's always an option if this guy doesn't start to act right about his extra fees and shit.
Just act right, bro. Just act right.
You got to learn how to act right, man.
Just be fair.
Seriously, dude. Anyway, we just hope that
we didn't even meet him. We've just been talking to him.
Yeah, he's a name and he's a name. Yeah, we don't even know his face.
Well, he works for like a real estate company, so it's like a property management company that's doing it. Uh-huh. So, it's understandable.
Yeah. Anyway, in case you guys haven't been able to tell, this is really taking its toll on us.
Yeah, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I haven't like been tweeting or doing anything fun on the internet because we've literally we have made the scope of where we're looking so giant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're basically willing to live anywhere that you can get to in a car.
Yeah, in reasonable distance. So
it's been very, very difficult.
Yeah, but we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. We just got to find it now and get there. Get legs.
Oh my God, I got to get so many legs.
So yeah,
it's
that's
stressful.
That's
though.
our life
you need
right
to pick
now.
Up like I feel like a hermit crab, and I just like I'm getting out of my shell right now. I got to find another shell, or else I'm gonna die from exposure.
You won't die. We'll be okay.
What if whoever keeps me in a tank didn't put a new shell in here for me to move into? Did you ever do that? Did you ever have hermit crabs?
Did I ever have hermit crabs? Yeah. No.
Oh man, me and my brother had hermit crabs, and so they start off really little. Am I boring?
No, I was looking at Peach being an idiot. Sorry, I'm listening.
I wouldn't be surprised if you just said yes. But
oh no, I'm interested in
Jenna,
this.
I'm extremely bored by whatever you're about to say. You keep them in a tank, like a fish tank.
Yeah.
But it's just rocks at the bottom. And do you know what a hermit crab is?
Yeah.
It's just like this little crab, and it's got a little shell, and all they do is basically like poke their legs out sometimes.
Yeah.
And like go get some water.
Yeah.
Maybe. But if you see them while they're awake, it's like a spectacle.
Yeah. Because they're not social.
They're shell creatures. It's good joke, Julian. Good. They're not social. They're hermits.
Thanks.
I don't know why we would ever get more than one. It's not like they even care about each other. But anyways, so if your hermit crab was getting like too big for his shell, he couldn't get his legs in there really good. Like you could just tell he's sort of like, I don't know where to be. I'm too big for my shell. So you would go to the pet store and you would buy a bigger shell, and then you'd put it in there and wait for your hermit crab to switch shells.
Yeah.
And my brother and we did this many, many times with all of our hermit crabs that fucking pinched us, by the way. We didn't care. We would put a fucking shell in there, and then we would just try and sit there for as long as possible until we were like dying to see what the actual hermit crab looked like. We can't go and Google it. We had dial-up internet, using it for 15 minutes. Basically, all you got to do was go,
yeah. And your house couldn't get any calls.
Yeah, and your house can't get any calls. By the time you finally get on the internet, your mom's already yelling at you to get off of the internet. Yeah. Like, it wasn't a thing. But I'm sure, like, now you could Google what a hermit crab looks like without its fucking shell on. But it was like this big, giant mystery to us.
I can picture little Devin and little Jenna sitting and waiting.
We were sitting there just, like, staring at this tank, and they do a lot of it at night, which we learned the hard way. So we would sit there and stare at them, and my mom would be like, guys, gotta go to bed. Like, it's time for bed. We're like, Mom, no! This was gonna be the night, Mom, that we saw the hermit crab fucking come out and switch shells. Like, we never even thought about it that maybe the hermit crab didn't want to come out of its fucking shell because we're sitting there screaming and yelling at it, like, trying to get it to fucking come out, you know, tapping on the glass like little pieces of shit. Yeah. But then we'd wake up the next morning and it would just be in its new shell and be like, man, fuck. I mean, what's on the other side of those legs? It could be anything. We don't know. It's just a crab, but.
Just a crab.
I mean, we thought maybe it had like tentacles or something, like something cool.
It was left up to your imagination is the point. Like there was no telling what it could have been. But now you know what it's like, right? Have you Googled it?
Not recently, but I did. I'm pretty sure it's just a little crab. You know, it just looks like a regular little crab. Yeah. But we thought maybe it had this like tail that wrapped all the way into the shell. Like we just fucking didn't know. You know?
Yeah.
No, nothing. It's nothing cool.
I think that's cool. I think that's a funny little childhood story.
Jet propeller system in there.
Maybe.
I was really.
He could have just like a backpack full of like food or something inside of the shell. Yeah, like a backpack under the shell. You know, keep the backpack safe. You guys, anyone ever try to run with their backpack? It's so uncomfortable.
I've tweeted that maybe 800 times.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, because I used to run home from the bus station to watch TRL and watch NSYNC. And
it's like it's like each step it pulls you in one direction.
It's so impossible.
And if you're running with a backpack on, you're automatically attracting everyone's attention because you shouldn't be running with a backpack on. We talked about this before. But.
No, the worst is when you're running with a backpack down either up or downstairs. So, if, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. No, because you're running, so it's swaying you and you're going in, like, a direction that's either up or down. So, it's either, like, the worst, in my opinion, is running downstairs with a backpack on because it's, like, going up and sideways and your, like, center of gravity is getting thrown all over the place. Yeah. You have to use the handrail in that situation or else you're asking for it.
Yeah. Have you ever fallen on your backpack?
Can I tell you when I used to fall on my backpack the most?
Like it happened regularly? Okay.
Yes.
Sorry. All right.
No, I'm not even kidding. In college, I used to fall on my backpack almost every single day in the winter. But this is why. So I have these sneaker sandals. I don't think I've ever really shown them in videos.
Oh, I've seen them.
But I wore them from 6th grade until I was 20 or something years old. 19 probably. And no, they didn't still fit. I had, you know, my toes had worn through the front and they would actually touch the ground, but I didn't care and I would wear them. I don't know why. I just, like, they were my shoes, you know? Yeah. And, you know, somebody saw me on the street one day and then asked my roommate, was like, is she all right? Like, does she need money for some shoes or something? Like, I just saw she was just wearing the weirdest shoes ever. They're like, no, dude, those are her sneakers. I would wear them to parties. Okay, but after I stopped wearing my sneaker sandals, because I did end up hurting my legs from walking, from like just having these horrific shoes, I got a pair of Crocs. And the tread on the Crocs wears down, so it just becomes this like super slippery. It's
like when you're wearing bowling shoes and you cross the line. That's what it would have been like.
Yeah. So I used to fall down in my sneaker sandals a lot in the winter just because there's no tread on those. Yeah. They were just the worst shoes ever. Yeah. But then when I got my Crocs, if in the snow and you trudge inside in your boots or whatever, all the ground, everything's wet. You know what I mean? They put those big rugs in the front so you can try and wipe your boots off, but it's just inevitable that some water is going to get into the, you know, floor of your school. So I would have all of my softball bags. So I have like a giant bag with my cleats and my outfit, my bat, and all this stuff, my gloves, fucking everything. And then I had my school backpack that was super heavy, all your fucking books and everything. And I was just so completely top heavy because of all the things on my body.
And no traction.
Mixed with the fact that I was wearing basically just like banana peels for shoes. I would walk into the school, if ever there was any little, yes, to answer the question that you're already thinking, I was wearing Crocs with socks in the middle of winter because I couldn't wear my sneaker sandals. So what the fuck else am I going to wear? You know what I mean?
Because you had no other pair of shoes.
No, I did. I had moon boots. They were giant boots, but I used to fall down in those just as much also because they were just more of a fashion statement.
Okay.
But I would just like, catch a little bit of water on my Crocs and then just fucking haul ass backwards. Like I'd be like off the ground because your backpack and my softball bag were so heavy that I used to wipe out constantly.
I don't understand the logic behind this.
Behind what?
Not ever fixing the situation.
I didn't feel like it. I don't know. You know, like how I am. If I like something, I'm not going to stop just because it doesn't make any sense. Your backpack must have been protective
because if it didn't,
if it made sense, would I be doing it? No. I only do things that are just like a little bit ridiculous.
Can't argue with that after hearing that story.
Like I used to just like fucking like my old roommate Jill. She would like we had all the same classes because we were psych majors, and 4 or 5 times out of every 10 times we walked out of a class, I would slip and fall, sometimes all the way down, most of the time just slip and fall and almost fall and then, hit someone else. And she would just die laughing every single day, say the same thing. Why don't you get new shoes? I don't know, man. Have you ever put on Crocs with socks? It's the most comfortable thing in the world. Why would I fucking wear anything else?
I guess comfort overall.
Well, I mean, it didn't help that there are holes in it and then the snow gets in it.
Yeah, I was confused by that too.
You gotta fucking, if you like what you like, just wear what you like.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fuck everybody else. I went to high school with a kid that didn't wear anything but Umbro shorts until he was 21 years old.
That's dedication.
In Rochester, New York.
If you guys are in high school and you're being asked to put a quote for your yearbook picture, maybe if you like what you like, then wear what you like. That's a good candidate.
Is it?
Jenna Mori said that.
What was your high school quote?
If you like what you like, wear what you like. What was mine?
Yeah.
Damn. I think I only had one because it was for the baseball page. I don't think each person had a quote.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's
so it was some baseball related quote. I can't remember. I don't know. Some quote. I can look it up and share it for you guys on Twitter or something.
Was it "There's no crying in baseball"?
Yes. Got it.
Don't make fun of me.
I'm not. I don't know what it was.
Was it this? Was it Angels in the Outfield?
No, it was just this.
Oh. Was it You're Killing Me, Smalls?
No.
Oh.
No. Don't guess anymore.
They're baseball movies.
Not from a baseball movie.
You said it was a baseball quote.
I said it was a baseball. That doesn't mean it's from a baseball movie. It was a baseball quote, meaning that I used it in the context of baseball, not just in the context of my face in the yearbook.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it be like it is, but it do. That was the quote.
What the fuck is that?
I think that's how it goes.
Are you serious?
No.
Oh,
that's not
God.
my quote.
It's like, oh, my God. I don't even know you. That's not even English.
It was roses are red, violets are blue. I don't think it be like it is, but it do. Yeah.
Playersville.
We've already entered into the realm of ridiculous.
No, I sometimes look back on my high school senior quote and I think that I really dropped the ball. You know what I mean? Because there's so much room there to just crush it.
Yeah.
Like there were a couple twins in my high school, and so their quote, one of them was like, nice and funny or whatever, and the other one was just an arrow that said, "I'm was stupid."
That's funny.
That's forward thinking right there.
Yeah.
That's knowing your pictures.
How do they know which one was going to be on the right and the left?
One was like Justin and one was like Jason. So it's Jason.
So Jason's on the left?
Yeah.
So Justin had "I'm with stupid"?
I don't
Can we verify that?
I don't know, my yearbook's over there, but I'm sure you can.
I'm kidding. It's going to be verified later.
No, I was thinking that I should have if I had a chance to do it over. Roses are red, violets are blue. No. Roses are gray, violets are gray. Everything's gray. I'm a dog.
That's really good. That's really good. I know, you're right. There were so many opportunities to crush it with that. Blew it. Well, if you guys ever need senior quotes, because you might be approaching that time in your life, then yeah, use good quotes and crush it so you can look back and be proud of your decision. Not wish you had made a better one.
Yeah, but the worst is when somebody does a quote that is like no longer funny. You know what I mean? Don't use anything too topical.
Yeah.
Like I would not have liked it if I had made like a Sarah Palin joke reference. It's no longer relevant.
Doesn't live on.
It needs to stand the test of time.
Yeah.
Although I think roses are gray, violets are gray, everything's gray, I'm a dog is pretty timeless.
It's really funny. It's a really funny quote. Yeah, that's something you can tell your grandkids.
Or like a really stupid joke. Like if you're a stoner in your school, how do fish get high? Seaweed.
I'm slow blinking into the mic.
Simon Rex said that the other day on Instagram. It was dirt nasty. It's funny.
Yeah. That is funny.
Do you know what your quote would be if you could redo it?
I already told you.
What?
Roses are red, violets are blue. I don't think it'd be like it is, but it do.
No, come on. That's a bad example. It's not timeless.
Okay. How about, since you're looking for timeless, how about I just write Ray-Bans?
Oh my God. That's sort of an inside joke. Why don't you explain that?
Yeah, so we were it was in Bali, right?
Yeah.
We were with Rome, Jenna's assistant, and we were in the store. We were just shopping at these like cheap little shops, looking for whatever, and somehow the topic of Ray-Bans come up, and Rome said to me, Ray-Bans are timeless. And I said, what I say is, if a person says to you Ray-Bans are timeless, that person is a hipster. Yeah. She got so upset. She may be right, because I guess Ray-Bans are kind of timeless, but I just I made fun of her and I tweeted that out, and it was really funny because Rome hates getting called out.
No, I just thought it was funny because that's like the way that, for any of you that watch the podcast with Brett, the way his mom called Bruno Mars the most incredible entertainer,
performer, yeah, something like that.
What was the language that made it so powerful and impactful?
The ultimate showman.
The ultimate showman. Yeah. That's like that sentence. By saying Ray-Bans are timeless.
You're saying
like,
Bruno Mars.
No. Yes. Directly correlated. No, I feel like I could think of 700 other things that might be considered timeless before Ray-Bans. That's like when you say Bruno Mars is the ultimate showman. I'm pretty sure I can think of 35 other showmen that are way more ultimate.
Not as ultimate as Bruno Mars. Yes, I hear exactly what you're saying. Anyway, I got
nothing against Bruno Mars, but I mean, like,
the ultimate showman. Hey, I met Brett's mom, and she is a bright lady, and I'm sure she just wasn't thinking straight when she said that.
No, I think she just really, really likes Bruno Mars.
The ultimate showman. The Bruno Mars concert in
February.
Get
it. I mean, if you love somebody, then just full-blown love them, you know?
Yeah. You speak irrationally when you're talking about, like, your favorite athletes or performers or singers. You tell everyone that they're the best because you love them so much.
Yeah, I did that when I got tickets to see Rihanna. Like, I love Rihanna.
Yeah.
I love Rihanna. But, you know, when I saw her in concert, I mean, there's lots of fire and lights and stuff and happening. Whoa! I mean, if we're being rational here, it's not like she put on a Beyonce concert. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like she put on a fucking Michael Jackson concert. She sort of two-stepped around and, like, grabbed her boobs and, like, shook her butt. And then, you know, she sang some songs and then we all went home.
Yeah.
It was not like the most life-changing experience, but when I left that concert, I was like, it was the best thing ever.
Because you love her so much.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
It allows you to think. Yeah.
It allows you to stretch the reality. Yeah.
I'm like, she walked towards us one time and, like, you know, she squatted a little and then she said, rude boy, whoa! You know?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You do love Rihanna.
I do.
Riri woo.
Did you just call her Riri?
Riri woo.
Riri.
Pee-wee. Riri.
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 No. I will not. I will not Riri.
What?
Good language.
Thanks.
Good words.
We've delved into craziness.
Yeah. Also, but right before we ate dinner, I was feeding my need for, I don't know what you would call it, conspiracy theories. I'm consumed by a lot of this a lot of times. I have a hard time understanding how people don't get consumed with things like that. Like, I'm obsessed with ancient aliens. I'm obsessed with, like, anything that has to do with outer space or, like, the government, like, fucking... I just like to know if there's a conspiracy theory, what someone thinks so that I can think about it and absorb it and then see if I agree with it or not. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was watching a 12-part video series about someone talking about, basically how to doomsday prep with Ebola becoming sort of a forefront of a lot of people's concerns. Like, what's the death toll at this point?
I don't know.
Kermit, stop licking me, honey.
I don't know.
I mean, it's just a very scary thing. And, the news media outlets and whatever are saying that you can only get it through bodily fluids and contacts. But there's been a news reporter, like a cameraman, that contracted it without having any close contact with anyone. And I guess they have, proven or thought that it can be carried, like someone sneezes, it can ride on like water, air molecules. I don't know. I don't want to get too far into it because all I did was listen to someone else talk about it. So I am by no means an expert.
Yeah.
But it is a scary idea. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
The idea of a pandemic.
Yeah. And to think about how the government plays a role in it.
Yeah.
Actively helping it kind of spread.
But basically, to get to the point of what I wanted to say was when sometimes when I get consumed with like these thoughts and I'm like listening to someone talk about it for long enough, I'm like, I need to go off the grid. Like, 2012, man, I'm just gonna drive as far away as I can. Like, what are you doing?
She's got to go out. Can I let her out?
Yeah, go ahead. Time out.
I'm listening. Hey.
I feel like once I start going down a rabbit hole of conspiracy theories, I'm like, you know what I gotta do, man, is I gotta get a ranch and I gotta build a bunch of gardens and like get a bunch of guns, build a fortress, fill the entire outside with treadmills so the zombies can't get in.
Yes, patented.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh man, dude, we can't go to the doctor. They're a bunch of, I don't know, what's a bad word? Communists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, once you go too far down the black hole of the internet, suddenly your thinking really starts to align with it. Like, man, I gotta get a fucking RV and I'm just gonna drive it up a mountain and just sit there.
Yeah.
Until the day I die.
Then you become part of the craziness.
Well, but I mean, a lot of what some of the more extreme people have to say aren't bad things. It's to be prepared, take care of your immune system, be as prepared as you can in your location. If you had a place that you could get away, then, if things started to become serious, you can always get away. But for a lot of people, that's not an option. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't have a fucking safe house with a big garden filled with fucking doomsday supplies, bro. Yeah. But, having a plan to survive if something ever did happen. When there was an earthquake, like basically right where we lived.
Yeah.
And we realized that we didn't have any fucking like big jugs of water or like more than a week's worth of food in the house. You know what I mean? And it really starts to make you think, like, if something ever really did happen and you can't do anything really, a lot of people are ill prepared because we're so sort of dependent on the way that the world is.
Yeah, and you never think that could actually happen.
Yeah, because we like to live in la la land.
Yeah.
We're in a culture of distraction.
Yeah.
And it's also not happening on our front doorsteps.
Yeah, so it's then, out of sight, out of mind a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was going way too far down the rabbit hole, and it was very difficult for me because I went straight from like stressing about dealing with this negotiation of the rent today, and then all it took for me was like, oh, what's that article? And then I'm like full blown rabbit hole.
Yeah, it doesn't take long. Yeah.
I made my day like 20 times more stressful by just listening to this guy talk about it.
Yeah. He wasn't sugarcoating anything, so it was kind of stressful to listen to.
Well, yeah, but I just like, I've heard a lot of people talk, YouTube videos or like writing articles, like their thoughts on religion, on aliens, on government, on fucking anything you can think of, sinkholes and noise, like
you were watching
UFOs,
that like a minute ago.
Military cover-ups of UFOs. Like, I'm obsessed with that shit. And like, I like to know what exists in terms of ideas. Yeah. But whether or not I choose to absorb it, I feel like takes a couple days because for the first couple days, I'm like,
You're just letting it marinate.
That was fucking crazy. I like to get my mind blown on a regular basis. Yeah. Sometimes it's bad. Today was not fun.
No.
Today was a bad.
It's not what you needed in this moment in time, but It's over now. You kind of calmed down. You're not looking on Zillow for
Have I?
places in Montana as a safe house.
Oh man, I want to go to a safe house in Montana. Somebody fucking in Montana build me a safe house, man. I'll come there and fucking live with you. I mean, it's not a bad plan. That is sort of my ultimate goal. I want to be somewhere that's
Oregon.
What?
Oregon. It's close to 2 cities though.
Yeah, I don't want to go to Oregon. I want to go somewhere where you're like, I have to drive 20 minutes to go fucking get some orange juice. That's what I want. You know?
Yeah.
It'd be really fun. Like, I like Big Bear. I want to live in Big Bear.
Yeah, Big Bear's nice. I like it. I don't know if I would want to live there, but I like it.
Why not? Big Bear's in California, by the way.
You'd go absolutely crazy.
Mountain. Why?
Because there's nothing to do.
Really?
Yeah, you've been there. You know that.
I don't think so. I think I'd be happy.
Okay. I disagree. I think you'd be completely unhappy living there full time.
Mm-hmm. We had a
if you wanted any sort of nightlife experience, you won't have any.
No, but I feel like you check all of your baggage at the door when you move to a place like that.
Okay, yeah. But I'm saying right now, no, you don't want to live in Big Bear.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I don't. But I'm saying someday I would like to, because that'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to do fucking anything except be like, haha, no people.
Yeah, no, it does sound nice, that fantasy of like being in the middle of nowhere and not worrying.
Why are you crying?
Hermit, get out of here, dude.
I'll have to walk like 10 minutes to my neighbor's house to go knock on the door and be like, you guys want to come over? Play some games? What are you guys doing?
We got electricity over here. You want to come hang out?
Yeah. No, I know. I'll make friends with my neighbors, and then I'll hook up like a tin can with a big string in the middle of it. I'll be like, hey neighbors, hey neighbors, what are you doing? What are you guys doing?
Sounds like the life.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if they're really old too.
Yeah.
Why don't you close that door? She's back in here.
No, I don't want to get up again. I'm it's fine. That's not what the noise is. The noise is the AC.
No, I know that, but it's just fucking... Hold on. I'm going to close the door. Talk to the podcast.
About what? The Montana idea is definitely something that's comforting to think about, like a cozy, cabin-style house that you'd live in and move away to and never have to worry about other things and being in the city and traffic and shit like that. And yeah, as a part-time thing, like, we go to Big Bear sometimes. It's nice to get away and do that. Mm-hmm. Just right now, aside from all the talk of leaving for a safe house, it just doesn't seem like it's in the cards right now. But that's not to say it's not the right thing.
No, it's not going to happen right now. It's a complete, pipe dream for the time being. But you also seem to forget that I'm from the middle of fucking nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, I moved to Boston, and then I moved to Los Angeles because I come from sort of just like, you guys want to go fucking party in a field tonight and stare at each other? Is somebody going to bring a trash bin so we can make a fire in it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's really not a lot to do, but that's also very comforting to me because that's what home feels like. Do you know what I mean?
No, that's fair.
Like, the middle of nowhere, you couldn't middle of nowhere me hard enough in order for me to feel like, man, we're in the wilderness.
Yeah,
unless you really were in the wilderness.
No, I hear you. You were born and bred in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, I know.
It's not that bad.
I know.
In hindsight, at the time when you're an angsty teenager, it's literally the worst environment ever.
Yeah, because it's you and nothing else.
I know, you're like, God, Mom, why can't we grow up in New York City like all the cool kids have their cool clothes and they can do anything that they want? Their parents are going to let them do fun stuff. Yeah. They take trains, Mom, trains. Have you ever seen a train? We don't have any trains. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where would you want to live?
I guess I don't know. All those states kind of just blend together for me.
What states?
Like Wyoming, Montana. Like, I don't know.
Have you ever been to any of them?
No,
they're awesome.
Been to Oregon.
Oregon's awesome.
I like Oregon. Yeah, I don't know, but I'd like to go to those places. I'd like to go to one of those states and see what it's like. Yeah, I haven't really been to those, middle of America.
Well, I mean, that sort of like middle of nowhere houses and stuff in parts of not all of it's like it at all, but like parts of Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, like you can get pretty remote in any state, but in those states in particular, there's a lot of places where, you know, you're just not very close to other people.
Yeah.
The population's low, the state's big. What was I going to say? It's awesome, and it also sort of naturally lends itself to you being more self-reliant as opposed to those of us that live in populated cities where you can sort of have anything that you want all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like living in that style as it is sort of a leg up on anybody if there ever was some sort of awful disaster where you're already pretty self-reliant because, I mean, what are you going to do? Fucking drive 45 minutes to go to a store every day? No, hell no. Like, I'm going to go one time, then I'm going to get a bunch of fucking shit, and I'm just going to live here for a while. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're not driving in and out of town.
Self-reliant is a good way to put it. Yeah.
Whereas
you're learning to survive alone and be with, you know, the people you're with, but then not rely on everything and all the surroundings.
Like maybe see your neighbors and stuff, but like if you want fresh food or whatever, a lot of them just fucking grow in their backyard. Whereas many of us that live in big cities, we rent a place. It's not like I can just pop up a fucking crop of food over here, you know?
Yeah.
Like somebody's gonna get real pissed and it's gonna cost me a pretty fucking penny when I move out of this bitch, my security deposit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot more self-reliant, which I'm envious of at times. Yeah. Because I think it would be really nice to wake up every day and just fucking get really caffeinated and then go ham on a garden.
Gardening can be fun, man.
Am I aging myself yet?
I think you're aging everyone.
I just think it would be really fun. And then
someday.
Yeah. And then, you know, I mean, the worst part about that is that no bad parts.
All right, Jenna. You closed that argument very well.
Good argument, Jenna. Thanks, Jenna. You're welcome, Jenna. Good work.
Good tolerating, Julien. Thanks, Julien.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry for boring you.
I kid.
God, Pete, you're gulping.
Yeah, and Kermit's whining. The Iggies are taking over the house.
All right, Marble, get down. No dog's allowed to sit on the lap. It's going to make you guys all jealous of each other.
Yeah.
So you really have no like perfect place you would want to live?
No, I don't know, man.
Comment in the comments of this video if there's a perfect place that you would want to live.
Yeah, and
what
why?
What about Ireland?
I love Ireland.
Yeah, Ireland was so fun.
I feel like I might get a little sad if I move there forever, though.
Why? Because you're not near your family?
Well, I don't know. I feel like I think I like the weather there. But I feel like anyone who lives in the weather that like that constantly, like in Seattle.
Yeah, like Rochester. Yeah. It's just fucking overcast. It gets very depressing.
Yeah. You're getting tugged on, and I'm.
From it, no tugging.
Yeah, no. But I love Ireland. I don't know though, like in terms of living and being there. I mean, I know places I want to travel. I feel like I'm too young to know where I want to just live forever. You know what I mean? I want to see the middle of America. I want to see these states that I've never been to. If I could ever get back to Ireland, that would be incredible. But yeah, I don't know.
You've been to Greece, haven't you?
I've been to Cyprus.
Tell us about Greece, Julien. Would you ever live in Greece?
I don't know. I was too young. I don't really remember much.
Did you eat olives though?
No, I ate gyros. Those are good.
A what?
The gyro. The pita thing
like
with
a hero?
Yeah, that's how it's spelled, but it's pronounced gyro.
Gyro.
Yeah, it's not pronounced that way.
But it's pronounced gyro.
Yeah. Greek food's great. I love Greek food.
That was before you knew you were celiac, right?
I was a kid. Yep.
Aww.
So it was bad and good. I got to eat all the food, but now I can't.
Did you eat any feta?
I don't remember, babe.
Yeah, but did you eat any lamb?
Yes, that was the first time I ever ate lamb on a boat.
You ate lamb on a boat?
Yeah, it was like this little teeny
boat. Who are
boat.
you, Barbara Streisand? That sounds like the lap of luxury. I'm kidding. I don't think I've ever tried lamb. No, I have.
Okay. Lamb's good.
You've had it with me right now.
Yeah.
Why?
Lap of luxury? You don't even know the story.
I was kidding.
I was spearfishing on this teeny little rowboat, and they brought lamb. We were spearfishing.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah, it was incredible.
That sounds
I was really lucky I got to go.
Once in a lifetime opportunity to get fed one animal while you're
so
spearing
fortunate.
another. Hey, come on, I'm kidding. It was a joke.
All right.
It sounded funny. You said I ate lamb on a boat. I was just making a joke.
Boats and hoes.
Sometimes jokes don't make any sense.
No.
I asked you if you were Barbara Streisand, okay?
I'm not.
I know you're not.
I'm not.
Wait, so you were spearfishing?
Yeah, I spearfished a face off of a fish. I spearfished it in half.
That's barbaric, Julian.
Oh my God. Spearfishing is one of the most visceral, fun things I've ever done. You're underwater with your mask and you got a gun with a fucking long ass spear attached to it, and you just fucking fire and it shoots and it's attached to a string, and you try to kill fish and then you eat them. But the fish I killed first of all, it wasn't big enough to eat, and second of all, I didn't keep it. It just like fell apart.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I have a vivid image in my mind of what that looked like when I chopped his face off.
Oh my God. See, this is why if there was a zombie apocalypse or some sort of apocalypse, I think that I wouldn't survive because I just don't have...
Well, if you're with me, we got the treadmills going. We're fine. We don't even need to worry about it.
Yeah, but I mean, you see me. I have a hard time killing a bug without feeling like I'm
morally
the most
responsible,
horrible person in the whole world.
Yeah.
I can't hunt, man. I just can't do it.
You don't like guns? You don't like any of that?
No.
It's fine.
I like to fish, but I always throw them back because I don't eat fish either.
Yeah. If you ate fish, do you think you would
Fish
keep them?
are friends, not food. What?
If you ate fish, do you think you would like fishing and keeping the fish and eating them?
I don't know. I like cheeseburgers, but I don't like killing the cheeseburger animal.
Okay.
I don't know. It just it makes me sad.
Yeah.
But I also don't eat a lot of meat, so I feel a little better.
You should. You're not contributing that much to the cause. To the cause of killing animals.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're staying. You're basically.
I have
vegan,
cheat day,
so.
meat day, though.
Oh, when is cheat day, meat day? How many days?
Cheat day, meat day is Sundays.
Oh, so we got 6 days. So we had it yesterday.
6 days I can eat the meat.
Oh, I want it right now.
Cheat day, meat day.
Cheeseburgers. We should do on one of the Sundays. We should just see how many we can eat.
Oh, I couldn't even eat one.
I
passed
can
out
eat
halfway
like,
through.
I've eaten like 4 or 5, and then I felt dead the rest of the week.
I know. It's rough.
It is rough, but it's worth it.
Have you ever been hunting?
No, not really. I don't think I've ever hunted. I don't have any means to do that. Like, I don't have people who I would hunt with or...
At Cornell, my brother went to college. He had to take like a gym class or whatever, and he took archery. And he's certified to hunt and kill with a bow and arrow in the state of New York.
Yeah, I'm not as badass as him.
It's so fucking badass, isn't it?
Cool, yeah. I'd love to hunt sometime. I've shot guns before, but never had any training or anything. I've just gone to the range.
I hate shooting guns.
But I would love to learn archery. I'd love to go hunting. These are the types of things that I would feel like would become hobbies if I moved to a place like Montana.
Yeah, I just get nervous. Like, there were a lot of people that I knew growing up that, their parents would have guns and that sort of thing, but they always kept them in a gun safe. But even still, like, every kid was like, oh, I know the code to it.
Yeah. No.
Like, dude, you're scary as it is. Dude, you're a scary dude. Please don't be scary.
Yeah.
Just do the right thing, man. Don't be scary.
Yeah. Don't be scary.
Just don't be scary.
Don't be scary,
man.
and have a firearm in your hand.
Please don't be scary. Use it for when you're in the woods, man. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you lived in the middle of nowhere, what do you think your life would be like?
Well, like Montana or something like that.
Yeah, somewhere like deep fucking who gives a fuck town.
I'd probably.
I mean, like who gives a fuck as in like I can do whatever the fuck I want town.
How old am I?
Let's say you're middle-aged. Let's say you have like a gray beard.
Like, so my 40s?
Yeah, and you wear flannel.
I can wear flannel now.
No, you can't. Only in this vivid imagination can you wear flannel.
I would grow a giant beard, like a lumberjack beard.
I already gave you a beard in this vision.
I would go to work chopping wood like a lumberjack.
This sounds like the beginning of softcore porn.
And then after work, I would not go take off my clothes. I would go take my gun and kill some dinner.
Whoa.
And then I'd bring it back home and cook it.
What would you kill? Like a rabbit?
Deer, probably.
You'd
venison.
kill a whole deer right before dinner?
Yeah, Red did it.
And you'd get it all ready?
Yeah. I mean, I'd YouTube how to do it.
Oh my god!
But in this fantasy, I mean, I'm the all-knowing like lumberjack American guy who knows how to kill and shoot and prepare a dinner. So
oh my god!
What else?
Fucking insane to me. Do you know how much blood comes out of a deer when you like fucking?
No, but I would know at this point.
Like the in rooms where they hunt and then kill and then they prepare the meat or whatever and skin it and all that. Like there's drains in the floor. That's
oh yeah, I believe that. There's tons of blood in the body or something that big.
I don't like it. It makes me scared.
I would also pick up some spinach for you to eat.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
I like the spinach.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has no central nervous system.
Then what? Then what would you do?
I don't know. I'd go play bridge.
You would?
No, I'm not indie. I'm
at
40.
The community center?
Yeah, I what do people do? I mean, I don't know.
Would you make a fire?
Yeah, probably make a fire.
Would you I really like this. So, okay, then would you sit in front of your big window and look out at the mountains?
No, it's too dark. It gets dark really early.
Oh, well, what would you do once it got dark?
I'd clean my gun.
Oh my god.
I don't know, man. What?
Would you play solitaire?
No, that means I'm alone.
Would you read a book?
Am I alone in this?
No, I can be there.
You can be there?
Sure.
No.
It's up to you.
I don't want to trouble you.
Hey, come on.
I probably, yeah. I don't know why I'm answering these questions. I was just like...
Julian don't want to play alone.
I don't want to play because I feel like it's super arbitrary and it's just kind of random answering these questions.
You know what I would do?
What would you do?
I'm sorry you find it arbitrary.
What would you do?
It's like my life. That's what I want to think about. I feel like I would wake up, get really caffeinated. It's like super early. And then I would go let all the chickens out so they could be free range like Bella does.
In Utopia. Yeah. She got voted off or no?
I don't fucking know, man. I can't fucking find the show anymore.
Yeah, we gotta watch it.
Whatever. Yeah, let all my chickens out, and then I would go into the barn and be like, "Hey, barn animals," and I would brush them and like talk to them and feed them.
So you would spend time with the animals.
Yeah, and then I would get on one and ride it around.
Okay.
And then I would build a life-size replica of the American Ninja Warrior thing and just become an American Ninja Warrior.
And you would go to Venice every week?
Duh. And then I would be the best American Ninja Warrior ever, and then I'd win $500,000 bones.
What do you do with $500,000 bones? Never mind. Just ponder.
I would build another life-size American Ninja Warrior.
I think that's going to be it. I think we've come more than full circle today.
Oh, I'm sorry, Julian.
It's
Why
okay.
are you so sad?
I'm not sad.
What's the matter?
Nothing's the matter. I'm fine.
Oh.
I'm kind of good on this whole podcast.
What? On the whole podcast?
Tonight's podcast.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry you're so sad that we were talking about American Ninja Warrior and
I'm good.
Fishing and hunting.
All right. And don't be sorry. It was fun.
Doomsday.
Yeah. Well, don't get sick, everyone. Don't get Ebola. Hopefully no one has Ebola that's watching this. And we'll be back next week with another podcast.
Yeah.
Hopefully not as late as this one.
Yeah.
We'll try to get it done earlier. And we may or may not be in this house.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. We'll be in a different place. So...
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening and hanging out. Is that the music that's coming in? Yeah, Jenna likes that ending music that I put in. Yeah. What about that music, huh? That music. Follow us on all things. Subscribe. We're on iTunes. See you next week.
Bye.
Later.
Kermit. All right. Do you need a hug? God.